Hi guys, I'm currently at a place called Three Houses in Barbados. I think it's still in the parish of St. Philip's. Now I'm here with Vicky, my wife, my mother-in-law and Patrick. We're going fishing and I'm going to do my review of the X-T10, which I've been trying to do, but I've been muffing up every time. So I'm going to try again and see how it goes. Right, well, here it is, the beloved X-T10, which has taken over from my beloved Xe2. Now, I've had this camera for over a month now, but I've not used it until I've come to Barbados because I was waiting to use the lens. And I wanted somewhere special to use the cameras to show that famous Fuji color reproduction, rendition, low light performance, high light performance, those characteristics, all that I love about a Fuji camera. Anyway, enough fanboying, let's get to the camera. Okay, let's clip this off. Right, well, as you can see, let's start from the front. Forget about lens for now. We've got a couple of dials at the front. We've got you've got the bottom autofocus dial, which gives you single focus, manual focus and continuous focus. And you also have up here is a command dial. You have the same at the back, and this controls a number of functions. I'll tell you a couple. If you're scrolling through a picture, you can scroll through your pictures, and then you can enlarge the picture with the back dial. What it also allows you to scroll through your different functions, your features, your aperture, your shutter speed, ISO. You can click onto a setting and scroll through with the command dial. So they're very useful, having two of them. At the top we have a exposure compensation dial, goes up to 3 EV and 3 minus EV. You have your shutter speed dial, which goes up to 1/4000th of a second and has a bulb mode. You have your on-off switch with a threaded part for the old style remote control, so you can thread that in. I use the old style remote control rather than modern style with a USB type, because I think it adds to the style. You have your video button. I'm not too keen on this button. I feel it's too small and just not it doesn't stick out enough where your fingers can't really have to press double or 3 times to get the video going, but I'll talk more about that later. And you have your flash. There's a little switch there which kicks up your flash, which is nicely fitted. I didn't even think there was a flash at first, pop-up flash. So that's that. And also, if you look here, the Fujis, I'm not going to pretend anything else. They can be complicated cameras, especially for a newbie. So whenever I used my Xe2 previously and I wanted someone else to take a photo of me, I would give it to them and they wouldn't know how to use it. Now I just switch it to auto and there you go. The camera does it all. Fantastic feature. Again, you've got your hot shoot, the EVF, the viewfinder, and you've got your diopter dial, which is always good. You've got your exposure, automatic exposure lock, and you've got your focus lock there. You've got your quick menu, which is great. Let me put that on. I don't think you'll be able to see it on the screen. You've got your quick menu. You have your function button, which is set to Wi-Fi, which is great for me. And you have your display button. This does a number of features. This does your ISO and the command dial. The top does, what does it do again? A video. I've had it set to video because I think it was set like that anyway, because that button is too awkward. So the top one switches on the video recording and switches off. Alright, let me pause that. Okay, now let me carry on. Let's move spots, guys, because the sun's come out. Ooh, that's better. So let's start again. You've got the command dial here. This is your ISO. This is your video. I use that as my video because the top button on the Fuji is not really easy to use, so that top button acts as video on, video off. The next one is your flash setting, where you put it on commander, force flash, suppress flash, all those details. And the bottom is your focus point. You can move your focus point across the screen. Very good. Let's flip this open. You have your mic jack, 2.5mm, micro USB and micro HDMI. Now let's talk about my lens. The lens I chose when I bought this, I wanted one lens that I could use. I might buy some vintage lens, but I haven't got money to buy loads of Fuji lens, so I wanted one lens that was gonna be suitable for all my type of shooting. When I had the X100, I was able to do a lot of different types of shots with my fixed 23mm, which is 35mm. This is a fixed 30mm prime, 35mm prime, which is about 55mm. So it's a standard lens, what your eyes would see. Okay, now there's two 35mm out there on the market. The f2, weather resistant, and the f1.4. This is the older one. Now, a lot of reviews out there say that the f2 is far more sharper, quicker on autofocus, and it's weather resistant as well if you want that, but generally a better lens. I opted for this one for a couple of reasons. One, I wanted cash back on it. It was a deal. We're giving £70 cash back, so yeah, why not? Also, because my type of shooting, let me just move in here, guys. The sun keeps shifting and I don't want to, that's better. My type of shooting, so I use wide open for my portraits, and I really like the styling of this. I think the f2 for me looks too small on the X-T10 and the X-T1. I think it looks good on rangefinder cameras, but I like the styling of the X-T10 with this lens. Now, one thing I will say about this lens, a lot of reviews said it was noisy, and before I got this, thought they were being particularly fussy and pedantic about it being a bit noisy. In the truth, it is noisy and it can be annoying. For me, it doesn't matter, but I was taken back by how noisy the lens is, given it's a brand new lens. So that's a con for this lens, and if that affects you, look out for that and consider that. Final bit about the X-T10, if I can open it. It has a flip-up screen. I'm not going to put all the specifications because many of you guys will be able to find out on YouTube where it's 16 megapixel, but I will put some of them in the description. So we have an LCD screen which flips up for low-level shooting and for high-level shooting. So it's very flexible. It would be nice if it was like the G7, which is a swivel screen complete, but you know, we can complain about everything. The fact that it's a tilt screen helps a lot. Alright, so again, last bit, we have a mode dial which has advanced mode 1 and 2, bracketing, shutters compensation, customizable modes. Has a number of modes, so that's really helpful as well. I don't really use them. I suppose if I wanted bracketing, I would switch on bracketing, or panning, or panorama. It's got a panning panorama feature, which is developed a lot better since the early models of the X series, where it would always stop and say you're not shooting fast enough, you're not shooting straight. Now it works really good. My initial views on the X-T10, I love it. It's far superior to my XE2 in my view in regards to ergonomics and low light performance, and faster autofocus, because it's got and faster autofocus. So it's greatly improved actually autofocus on the XE2. So this was a well worth upgrade. The image quality, I'm not sure yet if it's better, but it performs better all in all. and that will improve my shooting. So I'm happy with this. I'm going to take a number of shots at the different places I go. One will be Lancaster, where I initially, a couple of years ago, went with my X100 and took pictures of these utopian style of housing. You'll see in the pictures. I'm at 3 houses now. As I said, I'll take some pictures here. I've taken some photographs at a place we visited yesterday, which was called Sunbury House, an old plantation place, and I used the camera to check out this low light performance as well as the contrast, how it deals with contrast of bright light in a very dark area. I think you'll be impressed. And I'm going to stick a couple of videos in there. I know people say the video is not that great, but for me it does 1080p, 60 and 30 frames a second, and I think it does the same, I'll double check, for 720p HD. Now this I use, my X-T10 I use as my backup camera, my main video camera, because I'm getting into videography and hopefully cinematography, is my Panasonic Lumix G7, which is a great camera, does 4K, but I'm not talking about that. Okay, and one last thing, if you can see this strap, it's a Harmer sling strap. Now I'm going to be doing a big review on all the main straps on the market, and I'm going to talk about this. This is well, I'm not going to say whether it's impressive or not. Wait to see the review. You'll be very surprised at how they all perform. Okay, I'm going to quick switch off, and I'm going to add all the footage in later. Oh, one thing I did forget was intervalometer. It does this, has built-in time lapse, which is very easy to use. Now I did a short time lapse. I'm going to add that into the video. Hope you like it. I hope you like the review, and I'll come back when I finish doing all the bits. Anyway, see you guys later. Always appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next part of the video. Bye bye. Right, hi guys, I'm in a place called Lancaster, and I don't know if you can see this picture, but I came here 2 years ago with my Fuji X100, and I took a lot of photos of this area because it had a sort of utopian feel to it, the sort of Stepford essence about it, with the different coloured houses as you can see, and the very, well, it's just idyllic, the whole environment. So what I'm going to do, I've got my X100T, I'm going to try and take similar photographs and then compare them and see how different the X100T is with a fixed 35mm lens compared to my Fuji X100 with a fixed 23mm lens. Okay, just watch and I'll take some shots now. Oh hi, I didn't see you there. Well, I hope you liked the video, and if you want all the updates and when new videos come out, please do subscribe. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.